Okay, so I am Lorena Allan, and thank you guys so much for spending your Thursday with us and giving me just a little bit of your time to share what has me so passionate about what we have found. I am a wife and mama of 4 boys, ages 2, 5, 7, and 8. And so I love the fact that absolutely busy people can do this. That is the amazing thing about this, is that it just kind of works into the nooks and crannies of my day. I am a certified health and wellness coach, and I also am a mental health advocate as well as a bronze ambassador here. And I tell you that because each of those different things has led to the other and becomes kind of part of our journey and our stories here, right? And so I love the fact that we all have our individual journey. And I love that I'm able to homeschool my 4 boys while doing this, which was absolutely something that I would not have been able to do if it was not for the tools that we found here. And then being able to work this business has been absolutely fantastic as well. So we were actually introduced to Q, I want to say over a year ago. It was back in April of last year, where I was actually having some troubles with my neck. And a lot of it from what I found out and what I've learned through the getting certified as a health and wellness coach is that a lot of the neck issues and jaw issues that I struggle with were stemming from some of my mental health issues that I had. And so knowing now what I know, I can definitely relate it back to that mental health struggle. But at the time I had no idea. And so my friend had actually brought this Excel cream to me. And literally I put it on my neck, and within minutes, the pain was leaving my body. And for me, that's tried everything under the sun, from naturals to pharmaceuticals to over-the-counters. I mean, I've literally tried everything. I used to have to go and get massage and chiropractic care like clockwork every 4 to 8 weeks max. And I would walk into the massage and she would say, okay, what are we working on today? And I said, I don't think you're going to have any time for anything else but my neck. Because it was just always so tense and so tight, as well as my shoulders. And she said to me, she said, I could literally work on you for 2 hours and you would probably still need work. And so that's how bad all of that was. So for something to be used topically that was providing me relief, it brought me to tears. And so I knew then that I was sold. I was like, okay, I want in, because I know that there's so many other people that have these same types of struggles. I could think of probably 5 off the top of my head that struggled with some sort of neck, jaw, back, muscle, something or another, right? So that really made me jump in, but it wasn't until I came to a point with my son, my second son, and he's always struggled a little bit behaviorally with his mood, just some anger, and just overall just not feeling well. And I could tell that something was off. And so it came the point of diagnosis as well as medication for him. And I know with the history, mute here. My husband's a pharmacist, and so we know some of those struggles that come with using pharmaceuticals, right? I had talked to other moms. I was just really kind of collectively gathering my research from online, doctors, pharmaceuticals, parents, all of that. And that was not an option that I wanted to try first. Like I said, my husband's a pharmacist, so I am not opposed to it, but when I can go natural, I do. And so I decided to try a product that when I signed up back in April to become an ambassador, I had seen some testimonies in these groups that these people were adding me to. And I was like, okay, like, well, what is this? And so I remember looking at it and reading it and watching some of the videos, and that really stuck out to me. And so at that doctor's appointment, I decided that I was going to go the natural route. I looked at my husband. I said, I want to try these products first before we do anything else, because holistically speaking, I have a little bit of a background in liking and using natural products. And so I know the power of nature. And so I decided to give those a try. And my husband was on board because of what he's known and experienced and talked to parents and stuff. So I decided to try it, and we went with this Fuse whole spectrum hemp, as well as our micronutrient. And this is actually the one of the samples for the Max Premium that's getting ready to come out. But the original was the Q Max. And so that is what I decided to try. This has 34 scientific studies, including Harvard and Yale. And that's third party. That's not us doing it. That is someone else saying, hey, we've seen the benefits. We've heard about this. Can we test it? And it's actually proven to be effective. And so I decided to go with those products and give them a try. I was like, what do I have to lose? I would have given you an arm just for some relief. Now knowing what I know and seeing what I've seen and experienced, I would have given you both arms because of the relief that I've seen. And so literally within the day, I was like, things were shifting for him. And I could see him for who he was in his eyes. I wasn't seeing as much of the struggle. I was kind of seeing it just slip slowly, and things that would normally bother him were not bothering him. And I was always waiting for the next shoe to drop with him and these behavioral tantrums. And I was getting calls from his teacher. And I mean, it was just this whole mess. And I wasn't seeing him melt down. And I wasn't seeing him on the stairs mean mugging me first thing in the morning, you know, like to see your son doing that. I was just like, oh my gosh, like, okay, food, do you want food? Like, what's going to make you happy, right? Like, what do you want just to smile? Because I don't want to start my day like that. And so seeing him slowly becoming himself really offered me a lot of hope. And so I stuck with it. And you know what? Putting that in his shake at first was not something that he wanted to do. It wasn't something my other 3 sons wanted to do. But as their mom, I know the benefits. And so I had them repeatedly do it. And now it's just part of their routine. So it took him from getting those phone calls from the teacher all the way to not getting those phone calls. The behavior charts that were sent home for him were not sad face and squigglies. They were actually happy faces more times than not. He may have had 1 week out of 4 where he had 1 day that was like a squiggly face. To me, that's amazing because I probably have like 10 squiggly faces in a month, right? Like, so for him to do that well, I was like, oh my gosh, you're doing better than I do normally. And so that really, really offered us the hope. And so not only did he start to get better, but I started to get better because I started my product. So we kind of did it together. Which was really kind of a bonding experience because I never wanted my kids to feel alienated or different. And so me being able to take the products has offered me a lot of clarity, the mental fog, some of the thyroid issues that I was having, and just overall feelings of like down and anxiousness and like always on high alert. So not only did the Excel cream work well for my pain that I was having, but I wasn't having as much of that pain anymore because my body was getting the deficiencies met within some of these products. And so I don't need to use my cream nearly as much, right? Which if you know the science of the body, when you're filling in those deficiencies, your body has a natural tendency to be able to like chill out, you know, like it's not going to be on this high alert, which is where a lot of sleep issues stem from too, from what I've been learning. And so that's what kind of got me started with working this business was my son. And so he says all the time, like, oh my gosh, like, mommy, you're doing this Q's because of me. And I'm like, well, technically it is because you're the one that got me started in working the business and reignited. And so I just love to be able to share that with all of you. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and go into some of the presentation. Okay, so this here, hopefully you guys can see it. This is my family, and I absolutely love that picture up there. So the top picture you'll see, that is us before we started these products. So that's kind of like the pre-cue. And then we started using the products with the picture of my 4 boys there. And then that bottom picture is me. And I show you that because there never would have been a day that I would be sitting in front of you if it were not for these products and for this business. I've struggled my whole life with general and social anxiety. There's no way that I would be sitting here. And for me to show a picture like that and being goofy, I feel like I have myself back. So not only did it give me my son back, but I feel like it's given me my life back, which to me is gold. And so along our journey, I was at a place where I needed to go back to work. I mean, through this whole thing, I was kind of waiting for something and waiting for that next thing to come. And I just knew that God would bring it. And I kept praying, and my husband kept talking about maybe this or maybe that. And I said, let's just pray. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'll know when it comes. And this came along and literally changed our entire direction of our life. And it may seem cliche and cheesy, but it's true. So literally, I wanted to do something that was going to fulfill my passions and my dreams. I wanted to do something that was going to be living my life on my own terms, not according to somebody else. I have lived and worked 60 to 80-hour weeks as a retail executive manager, and that was a lot. And it was very taxing on my body, and I still feel some of the consequences from that hard labor. And so I wanted to do something that was going to give me time freedom, something that was going to allow me to be home with my boys still, because I've been home with them for the last 8 years, almost 9 years. And so I am not opposed to working hard. I am a hard worker, but I wanted something that was going to work for my schedule and the mom that I wanted. And so this came along, and I realized quickly from uncovering more and more, and as I got deeper into it, that this truly is the right company. It was founded in 2012, and our corporate office is in Utah. And it was in 2018 that our comp plan was introduced by a guy named Jake Spencer, and I'll get to him in a second. We have had rapid expansion, so 700% growth since 2017. And why is it going straight into that? Here we go. Okay. The right mentors, Mark Wilson, he is a successful real estate developer. Seriously, this guy going up on stage, shaking his hand this past January was absolutely incredible. And he's a giant. If you can see in the picture, he's bending down and he's that tall. Now I'm 5'3", so I'm a little short, but he's seriously, being in his presence, he felt so warm. And to me, that meant a lot. Jake Spencer, he is the now president of our company, which is awesome. And we just became a corporation, which is pretty cool. But when he partnered up with Mark Wilson, literally magic happened. He has taken this company from what it was in 2012, introduced the comp plan in 2018. And a lot of that growth is because of what he's been able to do and take this company. Bengt Emanuelson, he is awesome. I met him on stage as well back in January, and he is in charge of our whole entire European operations. And so I love the fact that we have a global business, which is phenomenal. And we just opened up in Mexico, which is pretty cool as well. Dr. Stephen Kimberly, he is a genius. Okay, so he is our chief science officer, but he was actually the senior editor at WebMD for over a decade. And so getting him over and partnered with Mark Wilson and with Jake Spencer has been literally what has probably blown this whole entire business up, this whole entire company. And so I love the fact that we have him, and he is our gatekeeper. If it is not the best of the best, he is not going to allow it, because quintessential means best of the best. And so he is a firm believer that science does not stand still and that it is continuously moving, which I love because it's true. If we have products and we introduce them and we don't ever change them, then we're missing out on the science and the benefits of that evolving. So we have the full suite of products, and you'll see on here there's full spectrum hemp, nutrition supplements, fitness, weight loss, oral sprays. We have several verticals. So I've been with other companies and they didn't have several verticals. It was like, say, lipstick, or say, I don't know, purses, whatever it is, jewelry. I love that we have something literally for everyone. So you can have something for, like, my 2-year-old. He takes the sprays. He loves the sprays. He takes the Q-Max Premium in his shakes in the mornings with my other boys. I love that anyone all the way up to senior citizens can use our products. Like, literally any and every season of life, you can definitely use our products. Some of my favorite personally is the full spectrum hemp, because because of what it's done for our family. And I love the fact that there is so much science behind these products. Being that I'm a pharmacist's wife, he literally has always been skeptical of my natural remedies. And he's always said, well, you don't know exactly what's in it. And he's right. If you go into some stores, you're not going to know anything about that specific product. You're not going to have the science behind it. You're not going to be able to go and pull up the sheets and the, the studies that are done on these products. You won't have that. And what I love about this is that we're given an app to work out of, and we have all of that science to send people. It's a matter of copying and pasting. And I love this fuse because there's actually a QR code on the back of these products, and you can tell the exact properties that is in this specific bottle, which is quality control for me, which means safety and security for my family when we're adjusting it, especially with our kids. And so that's definitely one of my favorites. And as well as the sleep spray, I mentioned those are some of my favorites as well. And they literally are like instant relief. I have 4 boys and I gave them all sleep spray before I jumped on this call, and they are all passed out. And hopefully it stays that way. Hopefully I'm not too loud. So we also have fitness and weight loss. Okay, so we are getting, this just excites me. So Marielle is our #1 top earner, and she has been able to do this whole entire QFit Facebook page, this whole entire program. And we're actually getting ready to open it up. We brought in 2 other people that are going to help us in blowing this up even larger than what it is. And so even if you are not a current customer of ours or a current ambassador, you can still go directly to the QFit Facebook page and get free workouts, recipes, tips and tricks, and just be a part of that whole entire community, which is amazing. And so I would like to actually bring on my really good friend, Tara Strouse. She is a wife and mama of 1 little boy. He is so cute. And she's also a bank branch manager as well. And so Tara, are you on here?
Yes. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi. Well, thank you so much for letting me be a part of this. One thing I kind of wanted to just touch on, what brought me to Q was, I've always kind of felt exhausted and had so much, so much going on, but so little time basically. So I was introduced this by Lorena, and I really started enjoying their products, how it was making me feel. I wasn't feeling so lethargic or tired. I just seemed to have more energy. And my mom actually has stage 3 colon cancer. So trying to find something that was going to help with her pain, and also she has rheumatoid arthritis, something that was going to help her kind of ease through her day and experience less pain, to me was just amazing. I had then tried to get her on for a while. So finally she said yes, her doctor agreed. And she's felt so much better, her swelling, and just being able to see somebody that's been in so much pain, so much surgeries, and have, a little bit more quality of life has been a true blessing to me. And that's why I decided to go with Q. It's been an amazing company, and there's so many different resources and mentors, and I just can't wait to see more. I can't wait to learn more. So thank you so much for allowing me to share my little story and my testimony, and that's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And that's the thing that I love about this is that like we come here thinking like, okay, I'm going to get some relief with like some discomfort or like get my gut health under control. But then we start thinking about it and we're like, okay, well, who do we know that needs this? Like, who do we know that needs energy, needs sleep, needs help with inflammation, that struggles with stress? I mean, who doesn't struggle with stress, right? Gut health, mental health. I mean, there's just so many different things that come to mind, and you can probably think of like 5 off the top of your head. And so that's where I kind of got started. I was like, okay, wait, like I'm going to start with the products, but then like I started thinking about it. I'm like, holy cow, like there is so many people that need these products. And so that's why I truly got rooted and started to not only help us, but then to help other people. And that is a huge passion of mine. And so I'm gonna pull up my screen one more time. Okay. So the market trends, like have you, like I always compare this to Apple stocks, right? Like being at the right place at the right time. I know I've been at the wrong places at the wrong time, but like being at the right place, right time, like this literally is it. With the market that's trending as far as the hemp space, as I mean, it's literally booming. And then as well as natural health, like natural health, people want that because I feel like people are just getting tired of things just being thrown at them that are really just kind of more like a band-aid. And so I would love to be able to offer people something that is going to be continuously evolving. And we were looking at some of the stats. I can send them to you guys after this is over, but I mean, it's just the direction that this is all going. So if you were able to buy Apple stock, like when it first came out, would you? I know I would have, but I was not even a part of even I feel like the generation that would have even been aware of that. But looking back, I seriously wish that I would have. So the business backup, I actually love the fact that you can work this from your phone. Like, I don't think that it would even be possible if I didn't have the ability to work from my phone, right? Being a mom, making dinner, cleaning, changing diapers, I mean, running errands. I love the fact that I can do meetings in my car. I can do meetings at the park. Wherever I'm at, I literally just talk to people, copy, paste links, and send it. So it's super easy. The benefits of becoming an ambassador, you literally, so you have the wholesale pricing. That's one benefit. The other benefit is that you get customers that order from your website every single month, creating residual income. So I know for me, like being able to make money in my sleep, that's amazing, right? Like who wouldn't want to make money when they're sleeping? It's kind of one of those things that people used to talk about, but we really get the opportunity to do that. And so with the ambassador, you not only get the wholesale pricing, but you also get to take advantage of the rewards program that we have as well. So advantages of an ambassador, we have amazing support here. The support and the systems make all the difference in the world. As I said, with other companies that have other verticals, this also has different systems. So the systems are what literally makes this happen for all of us. I always kind of relate it to, I'm kind of like this outlet cord, right? Like this outlet cord just waiting to plug in. Well, I plugged into the system and magic happens. If you follow the system and stay coachable, that literally the system goes to work for you. So these are the ways to earn customer commissions. You get monthly team commissions, rank bonuses, as well as the FFM program, which I'll go into in just a little bit. But you get personal coaching, tax help, as well as credit services from day one, which is amazing. So this is our comp plan. It looks like mumbo jumbo to some people in the beginning. It did for me. I was like, I don't even know what that means, but like, show me the money. And so it kind of goes over box 1 is your customer commissions, box 2 is your team commissions, and that's everyone paying it forward. And so I found this blessing. I'm going to go spread it and share it to other people, help them open up their businesses. And so whatever you see on the box, the blue box on the left is what you get the blue box on the right, which to me is where you're going to drill your business deeper. Number 3, the way that we get paid, promotional rank bonuses. So once you hit that rank, you're able to grab that cash. The box number 4, we don't pay people in shopping trips, cars, vacations, or anything like that. I'm not saying that those things are awful, but I would rather have control over my money and get that money directly. And so once you reach the rank of elite, you get that monthly cash sent directly to whatever financial obligation of your choice, which to me is amazing. And I've been able to pay off quite a bit of debt with the money that I've been earning as well as that. And so at this point, I'm going to stop and I'm going to bring on my good friend, Meg. She's my serendipitous friend. Kind of like in and out. I actually met her in junior high school, which is pretty crazy. And then she's kind of come back into my life through Q, which is a total blessing. So she's a mom of 7, and then she's also been a hairstylist for 18 years, which is amazing. So I will turn it over to Meg.
Hey guys, can you hear me? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna apologize if I do have kids running around in the background. I started with Q in June, beginning of June. I started because of the Allan for my anti-inflammatory that I needed for all of my back pain due to doing hair for so long. Shortly after I signed up, probably within like the next 2 days, I realized I saw the comp plan, how much money there was to be made. And I quickly was like, oh my gosh, I want to be an ambassador. So that's what I did. I was able to actually hit my rank up bonus or my quick start bonus within 30 days. I went from just being an ambassador to executive. I did not realize how easy it was just to follow these steps. And just yesterday, for the first time, I met with and I should have from the beginning, guilty, just because I get so busy, had my FFM coach. I talked to them yesterday. They get to know you on a personal level. They want to know what your 5-year plan is. They want to know what your goals are. They want to know everything about you and how they're going to help you achieve your goals and what you can start saving now and work your way up to whatever, whether it's pay off debt or have a huge chunk of money in savings. The steps that they have in place are extremely easy to follow. Last month I think was a little rough for me, but getting back on and going to convention and being revived was mind blown. And the people in the company, or the people in the company, and it's just that heartfelt company was amazing to me to see, and how everybody is there to just help you. And any person that you ask within the company, that is one of our top earners, how are you so successful? Their answer is follow the steps. So I am here to follow the steps. I am here to help guide and coach with whoever, and I'm gonna follow Lorena's lead, and I'm gonna follow Tara Truax's lead, and everybody else that they have that's going to help coach us and help guide us into being successful. The steps are just insanely easy. I'm excited. I'm really excited for my future with this company, honestly. So I think that's all I really have. I didn't really write down a whole lot.
No, that's perfect. Thank you so much. And that's what I think people need to hear, is that this is totally doable. Like, I literally, when I got here, I messaged like 5 leaders, and they were probably like, who are you? Like, who is this person? But I was like, okay, how did you do it? And they're like, follow the system. And I was like, well, how did you do it? Follow the system. And I'm like, okay, well, I got to learn this system, like whatever this is, give it to me now because I want this. And so I absolutely love that we can follow the system here and be completely successful as long as we stay coachable. And so that is one of the biggest takeaways. And the FFM program is literally something that I underestimated when I started. I didn't even know about it. Like I said, I didn't even know that comp plan. I was like, okay, whatever, like which box are you going to pay me in? But we literally get paid in all 4 areas, which is phenomenal. I think I had more of the scarcity mindset, and I was like, okay, well, which one? Like I want to make some money, but like, which way are you going to do it? And so literally we get all 4, which is amazing. And so the financial mentoring that we get, I actually have a picture on here of us, and that is my laptop getting coaching on Thursdays with Sarah Spencer. That is the president's wife that runs our FFM program. And I love being able to get smart, wise financial support. And my husband will come home sometimes and he's like, you know, I ask him questions and he's like, who have you been talking to? You know, and I'm like, well, I was listening to Sarah Spencer, and she was like, oh my gosh, that's really cool. He loves it. And so with this program, my husband and I have been able to take our conversations around money and actually have healthy conversations. That did not happen before. I mean, it was like a fight. Like I was totally on guard. He's like trying to get like me to make smarter decisions. And like I said, with my mental health though, it was a struggle, and that's part of that. My mental health played into my financial health. And so being able to get mentally better, physically better, it really has evolved into our financial stability that we're creating, and being able to pay off almost $8,000 in debt since Christmas. To me, that's huge. And with the help of our financial coach that we get for free from day one, we've been able to open up a retirement account for myself. My husband had one through his work, but I didn't have one being a stay-at-home mom. And so being able to have that and pay into that every month is amazing. I'm excited for the future that I have here with Q. I hope that something that I said resonates with you. If you would like to kind of get another perspective, we also have a call tomorrow night. Francesca Fields, oh my gosh, you guys, I spent some time with her at convention. She's amazing. She is so down to earth, and she's an introvert, which you would never really know it. We'll kind of know it a little bit because she's a little bit more quiet, but I love it. And so she's going to be sharing a little bit more tomorrow. She was able to reach the rank of diamond while having like a week-old baby. And so she's going to share a little bit more tomorrow with you guys. And I hope that something that I said resonates with you. The person that followed up with you or that invited you to this call tonight is going to follow up with you, because they have hope in their heart that you heard something tonight that will help you and benefit you in your future. So that's all I have. I hope you guys have a wonderful night.